Test, test. Hello, test. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Is it going? Test, test. Hello, test. Okay, cool. We're going. Cool.
Use this as a coaster. Seems dangerous.
Yeah, you're scaring me. Okay. Hi, everybody. Heather here. Welcome to episode 49 of Heather's Happy Hour. I'm sorry I'm a little late. Tom and I went to dinner. You can blame him.
I didn't realize that we were going yet.
Oh, yeah, we're going.
Sorry.
Sweetheart,
Hard to scoot. All right.
How's that?
That's good. Perfect. Now it's even better.
Yes. Okay. Mike Bose, what's up, man? Cool Will King. All right, guys. So, today is going to be a very productive, I hope, an eye-opening live stream for Heather's Happy Hour. And as a special guest, I have my boyfriend with me.
That's me.
I just love showing him off. It's like he's just my pride and joy right now. But
right now?
Just right now.
Sorry.
Only right now.
Okay.
But okay, for real, there's a couple of reasons why I want to do this live stream. But basically what I'm going to do is put together a budget of my life, which also includes Sharespark and being an entrepreneur and my YouTube vlog and all of that. And I'm going to be kind of, well, whatever. I'll just admit it. I haven't done this at all this entire journey. It's always been on my to-do list. I've kind of mentally done it. Like, everything costs this much. But I've never actually gotten down to like the dollar and the penny and like budgeted and evaluated and then reevaluated. I just have never done that. And if you've been following me for a while, you'll know that my motto, which has worked for me my entire life, is just like, don't spend. That isn't sustainable. And especially if Sharespark is going to grow, I can't make business decisions based on that because I need to generate more income than I am spending, and right now I'm just breaking even. Like this whole time is just like, okay, you make this money and it all goes back out, and that's fine, but that's not fine like moving forward. And I've had a couple of other life changes happen, like this one, and
Sorry.
I'd like to do a lot of things with him that require money, so I need more money. And so now it's like...
Very expensive tastes.
No. But there's a lot of stuff I want to do with you. And then, also, if you've been following me for a while, you will remember Sid. Coach Sid, Uncle Sid. He was my mentor, is my mentor, and as of this Monday, we started a new business coaching, we're doing 8 weeks of business coaching. And before, our business coaching used to be like, I would mentor him about digital media and social media marketing and stuff like that. And then he would mentor me on entrepreneurship and running a business. And it was just like, I don't know, it just was whatever the problem is at the time. So if he had a question about YouTube, he had a question about Facebook, then we would just talk about it. And if I had a question about like, I don't know, goal setting and stuff like that, then we would just talk about that. But for what we're doing, so that's actually Sid's idea, but he proposed actually sitting down and doing 8 weeks of business coaching on reframing my mindset on money. And he thinks, and now that I've had him tell this to me and I've kind of been aware of this as I go through my life, is that I have this like distaste for money. I think it's because hugely part of stuff that happened to me as I was growing up, which I'm not going to talk about today because it's going to be a really long story. But I just, like, he told me, like, part of the things that he was telling me was, like, he has observed that whenever an opportunity is presented to me as an entrepreneur and there's more benefit that is financial and less benefit that is people, then I completely just ignore it. Like I if anything, I see it as like almost wrong. Like I'm doing something wrong because I feel like I'm so focused on helping as many people as possible that if there's an opportunity that makes me money, I feel like it's not right. It doesn't sit right with me. And that is very impractical when you're a freaking business owner. So, when we had our first session, I'm sorry, I'm going on, but when we had our first session on Monday, part of what we were trying to do was establish like what my goal was and what his goal is and what we're trying to do through this coaching. And what I want to do is just be a better decision maker when it comes to business. And I want to be more conscious and more aware of finances, personally and professionally. And right now I'm just not. It's just like, just don't spend. Seriously. And I'm really good at it. I mean, I've gotten this far just making my own money. So props. Okay, so is that it? So if you I had a few vlogs with Sid. Like, we used to do this like live stream mentor mentee thing. You can go back to past live streams on that. And then also we've done vlogs together. So I've had him on the channel since like last summer, like 2016. So you can reference those videos. And if you want to contact him, he does do business coaching and he's willing to do it online as well. So I left his email in the description of this video. But also another one of his suggestions was to talk to this one about money, because Tom is probably one of the most financially savvy people that I know. He's like super good about like managing his money, knowing where it comes from, knowing where it's going, and saving and stuff like that. And it's reflected in like his entire lifestyle. So even before we were a thing, like, and I was just staying here, I've never, I mean, I think it's because I spent so much time with you, but I've never seen someone so aware of where their money was going. Because, like, even no offense to my friends, but, like, even my friends don't do this. Or maybe it's just because I haven't seen them, like, you know, we're only spending money when we hang out. And I was, like, you know, here for a while. So, like, on a live stream, Tom showed me these. This is his, like, monthly budget worksheet that he, like, made.
6 months increments. My last name is Buck for a reason.
Ah! But I remember
so long for that.
Seriously, he's like, I was bored for that joke. There was a live stream that we did on my vlog channel where he whipped these sheets out, and I think it was a 3-hour live stream, or I don't remember. But anyway, immediately when he pulled this out, or whenever he really talks about money, I just get anxious because again, it's just something that I have avoided this whole time. It's something I don't like talking about, and I don't like facing it head on. And this is part of what Sid is trying to coach me in like being better at. So I asked Sid what my homework was for this coming week, and I will pull up my notes. These are the notes I jotted during our session. I'm going to share them with you guys. So if you have money issues too, well, I don't have any money issues. Let me clarify. I don't have like, I'm not like significantly in debt besides my car. I think I've managed my money very well. I've had to make a lot of lifestyle changes, but this is the thing. It's like when I have learned how to be happy without spending money, it's really hard to want more money because I don't feel like I need it. Like it's so rare for me to feel like, oh, I wish I could do that. And I could do it if I had more money. Like I don't know, I vlog. I use one camera and everything I need for it is like free basically, except I need to get a hard drive every, 3 months. But that's it. So yeah, anyway. Coaching with Sid. Here we go. Let's see. I have to start thinking that money equals happiness. Money buys happiness. And right now I'm so convinced that it doesn't.
But what does that mean? Because most people are like, that's almost an evil thing to say.
That money buys happiness? Yeah. What do you mean? What do I mean?
I don't know, because the mantra usually is money doesn't buy happiness.
Yes.
So why does your note say the opposite?
Okay, so this is hard. For me and where I'm at, I've learned what makes me happy and I've really gained an understanding of that. If you don't have that, and right now your happiness comes from like materialistic things, in that case I do think that's bad, and that's like something you need to evaluate. But for me, like, I know genuinely what makes me happy and what gets me going and what I'm passionate about. Now that I've checked that off and I've come to terms with that, I need to understand that money can buy happiness for me in the terms of less anxiety, less stress, convenience, time, freedom, all of these things that would take away from the happiness that I get that is not from money. And that's my issue right now, because I need to start thinking of it that way, because I've been so convinced that, oh, money doesn't buy happiness. Look how happy I am, even though I have no money. I have to stop thinking like that. So does that answer your question?
Yeah, it does. I just want to point it out because I just want to make sure people didn't think we were going down like a weird materialistic rabbit hole. We're not. Yeah, definitely. Let me just chime in the comments here. Adrian, hot. Steven, hi, Steven. Adrian, preach. Krissa, hi, Krissa. Toya, hi. Produced by SSJ. It's true for entrepreneurs. It's not that money brings happiness. We just cut. It's not that money brings happiness. It's that money gives you the freedom to do what you want. Yes, exactly. Because your most valuable resource in your life is not your money, it's your time.
Yes.
And managing your money can allot you more of that resource. And that is the most valuable one. So that's the goal.
100%. Yes. So, I have to start thinking that money equals happiness. I have to get rid of things that cause all-encompassing stress. For example, see, this is what's great about Sid, is because he's been my mentor for over a year, and so he's seen me go through every cycle under the sun. But he said there are 2 concrete examples that he can identify where something caused all-encompassing stress, as in the stress affected every aspect of my life, including business and vlogging and YouTube and all of that. And it was money related. And the first was my car accident, because boom, I had an emergency happen that I don't have any resources for. And 2 was actually coming back and forth to Indio, because I did a live stream. And then I ended up cutting that short and doing Patreon only live stream. And in that stream, I was like, this back and forth to India is like more gas. And then I kept saying, you actually just like, Tom can't understand because he's a salary, and like, he's being really, trying to understand that, I have to do what I have to do to make money and something. And Sid was just like, it's not that he's an employee and you're an entrepreneur. It's that he has a better like relationship and perspective on money than you do. So anyway,
yeah, I've not had money before, trust me. I'm familiar with that.
Yeah. Okay, so start thinking that money can buy happiness to open myself to new possibilities and perspectives. And I have to think about, is it possible that money can buy happiness? So that's what I wrote down. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. And then I'm going to be doing budgets. Cool. A budget.
Because it's anxiety.
So sorry, I talked so much right there. Go ahead,
it's
boyfriend.
Good. It's your channel. Like, that's literally.
Isn't this great? Because not only is my boyfriend, he's also my business partner.
Yes, so your success is important to me.
So we're about to do this personally, professionally, budgetary situation.
Most couples like to have their financial discussions on the internet, I find.
And just so you know, I'm going to give you like full disclosure.
I'm not.
Yeah, that's fine. But like, this is my channel, and that's what I really pride myself in with my channel, is just telling you guys like it is. I want you to know how much money I have been spending.
I mean, I'm a public school teacher. You can go to... I think there's websites for the state of California. You can look up every public teacher's salary, and you can go to districts and look up things. But I don't know. This just gets really political. And I don't want people to judge me because I spend money on my dog's health insurance every month.
No, it's fine. You don't have to... This isn't your channel. You don't have to, okay, babe?
No. But no, what it is it's anxiety. So one of the things you and I have, which is one of the things I really love, one of the many things I really love about our relationship, and you did this to me maybe an hour and a half ago, not even, is if one of us starts going down the anxiety rabbit hole, and kind of realizes it and just sort of seems crazy, like I could just be like anxiety, or you could just be like that. Or I was having some anxious thing earlier and you were like, are you done? I was like, okay, you're right. I get it. I'll shut up. And that's good, because both of us understand anxiety very well. And so both of us want to reduce that as much as possible.
Yes, in each other's lives.
That's where, for me, before I had this, before I had my budget sheets, what my budgeting was keeping a pretty good idea in my head of where things were and where I was at, and then checking my bank account and it pretty much lining up.
Yeah, luckily, that's what I do.
There were several times though where it was like, and like I was way off, and never in the good way, but always in the bad way, and that was really scary. And then when it got to the point where I was trying to buy a house, and there's just other and just things like I do stupid stuff. It's not unheard of that I would drive backwards over like those little gate things when you go out of a parking things and they pop your tires. I'm totally someone who would drive backwards over that and suddenly need 4 new tires right out of the way. I mean, the other day you were here and the sink broke, and suddenly it was like, ugh, like I could go buy the parts to fix this at 8 o'clock at night on a Sunday, but I also kind of didn't like this sink from the beginning, or this faucet from the beginning. Maybe I should go buy a new one, but that's $200 that I was not expecting to spend on a Sunday night. And it is so anxiety reducing to just be able, it doesn't mean like you're a baller and you just blow your money on stuff, but it's nice to know, like, here's the biggest mistake, I guess. And I've had friends that do this, and maybe you have friends that do this, or maybe you've done it too. You get your paycheck, and whatever it is, this is my paycheck, this is how much money I have. And what you have to understand is no. And that's what the whole budget sheet is I see how much money I need to live for the month. Then I get my paycheck and I go, this is my money for the month. This much of it is already gone. What's left is how much money I have. What am I going to do with that? And the goal is to manage things effectively so that that actual money you have, which is a really small percentage probably of your income, can be used however you want it to be used.
Yes. And this is what I do not do right now, because it's basically been like I break even. Maybe. I don't even think I'm breaking even. On a good month, I'll break even. But this is why we're doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me check in real quick. Tamara, hi. One of my recent money mantras that I even told myself today as I got paid is there is more. Where that came from, I have abundance all the time.
That's good.
I keep telling myself that there is always more where that money came from, and it helps me calm down because my fear is that there is never enough. Scarcity mentality.
That's normal.
Yeah.
That's a natural thing.
It's funny that you say that, because I'm having that thought now, and I think that's what's actually helping me to reframe how I feel about money, is because I'm having a really good month in terms of like client projects. So I'm like, oh,
this is a fun time to do this.
No, it's like I don't feel anxiety. And now that I know what it feels like to not have a financial, anxiety caused by lack of money, I want to stay this way.
Yes. It makes a really big difference.
Seriously. I feel so light.
Yeah, and you want to be able to handle, it's not about it's not necessarily,
I don't want to be rich, that'd be great.
I'll take it. No, but it's not like, you said there's stuff I want to do that I can't do, and okay, fine, we want to go here, do this thing, whatever. I mean, that's not hard to go okay, well, take on this extra project, budget this differently or whatever. The big thing about budgeting is to kind of cover your butt, so that way when stuff goes wrong, you're covered. And that stress where when a big bill shows up that was unexpected, it's always inconvenient, but it's never devastating. That's where you want to be, and that's a good place to be, and that's a safe place to be, and that's going to alleviate.
I am not.
That's going to alleviate a lot of stress, because the big recommendation, the always standard recommendation in any personal finance article, message board, whatever interview is, everybody should have 6 months of living expenses in their savings. So you take 6 of your months and go, how do I have that much in my savings, where if I lost my job or I couldn't work, I couldn't make $1 for 6 months, I could sustain. And I think I forget what the statistic is, but it's something like 2 in 10, 20% or less have that in their savings. And nobody does. Everybody knows you should, and nobody does. And And it's like, how could you do that? But then you really think about it, and you're like, I mean, you're different because you took the leap to be an entrepreneur and start your own thing. So you kind of like threw yourself into that situation and had to swim on your own. But even still, it applies if there's like, you know, client work dries up, or, I mean, there's always stuff like health and injuries and where it's out of your control.
Well, that, and like now I'm at the point where I want to upgrade my stuff. Like I want a new camera. I want a new laptop. I want software, you know, like, and I recognize this with my vlog is that I cannot get to the next level without making an investment. Yeah. I have to buy new stuff. And I can't do that unless I make a freaking profit, which I haven't been doing. So.
Man, there are a lot of comments.
Okay, so sorry. Let me scroll up.
No, this is interesting. These are like long comments.
Simo, you guys look great.
I know.
Carissa, money is a necessity in our society, especially in entrepreneurship. It differentiates your idea between a hobby versus a viable business.
I mean, she can speak.
That's it.
Very Carissa, personally on that.
Tweet that. I'll retweet. That's so good. Tamara, so true. At Carissa, we just cut. You have to rob Peter to pay Paul some months until you get that extra money you need to pay that bill.
You do, and you want to get out of that.
Yes.
And that's the goal.
Tamara, yep. Me and my husband say we are never broke if our bills are paid.
And that's kind of how I feel too. Because there's lots of times where I'll tell people like, "Sorry, I'm totally broke right now," and then they'll see me like pay for something, and I'm like, I'm broke because I have no extra money. I have the money to cover my expenses, of course, but I'm broke in that like, no, I can't buy a new Xbox or something.
I mean, I'll tell you guys straight up because I told this to my Patreon, and I think I told you this too. I think I posted it in August. I posted something in Patreon. I want to say it was in August. How much I made this year. Did I tell you this?
Yeah, I saw this. Wherever it was, I saw it. You didn't tell me directly, but I watched it.
$15,000.
And where were you at before where were you at when you were an employee?
Like 70 a year, 70,000.
So it's a big decrease. But where's your personal happiness? So your financial like earnings went way down, but what about your personal happiness?
I was so happy. I mean, like the thing is, like, I'm not saying it was easy, so don't think that happiness equals I'm just coasting. It was definitely hard, but I have never been more fulfilled and whole, and like it was happiness and empowerment on a completely, like, I didn't even realize I could feel that way.
Because you could look at that as, it's only $15,000 and I was here, but you can also look at it as those are $15,000 that I earned my way.
It's not even that.
That's
it's
how
like,
I look at it.
Because like when you have that money and you don't know how to have fun without buying things and spending money, then it's gonna be hard. But like because I took the leap, I had to reframe everything. I had to. It's my entire life and like outlook on it completely changed.
See, and that's actually why this is perfect, because I was just realizing it's like I don't know, it's like if someone wants to go on a really good diet and they go to a nutritionist and they make up a whole diet plan, but the person's like, I just really want Oreos and chips and stuff. The diet plan is never going to work. We could sit down and make a budget, but it's not going to work if you're still in that mindset. But you've already overcome that whole part, and now it's just sort of building and refining.
Yes,
and so you're actually in the perfect place to jump into this, much more so than you probably would have been a couple years ago.
Definitely, because I just wouldn't have understood it.
Or cared.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't have cared. Okay, so let me catch up. Let's see, Tamara, because that meant that we did what we were supposed to do to stay prepared. Yes. So if something comes up and we can pay for it, that is a celebration for us. Yes. Carissa, the average business takes 3 to 5 years to turn profit.
Right.
Gotta run, but have fun budgeting, guys. Mike Hawk, Oreos are vegan though.
Yeah, they are.
So crazy. Jermaine taught me that.
Yeah, Oreos are vegan, and Oreos are actually the knockoff brand. The real brand of chocolate cream sandwich cookies is Hydrox, which isn't around anymore. Oreos are like the dollar store cheap brand.
How do you know this?
I don't know.
That's my babe. That's my babe.
I don't know algebra, but I know that.
Okay, so I don't know anything about budgeting. Explain to me, Tom.
Okay, so here's where
I did. Oh, sorry, prep.
No.
Before you got home today,
you got all your stuff.
I went through all of my accounts until July of this year, so like past 4 months, and I took averages of like all of the categories, and so I have a monthly number for each category. I think.
Okay, that's exactly the place to start. So here's the thing. So I mentioned like I didn't always have a budget, and I would check my stuff. My bills are just starting to get crazy. Not big. I don't have a lot of really big bills, but I have a lot of small bills, $10 here, because especially everything's friggin' subscription services and stuff now. So just like your money just gets like, and I want to know where it went. And several years ago when I bought my house, I was dealing with amounts of money I had never dealt with before, and I just wanted to feel confident and prepared. And so that's when I started doing budget sheets. And I don't know, I know you could go find templates everywhere. I didn't. I just did something that made sense to me. So I don't know how like official this is. I actually don't even know how it aligns to anything. Like my numbers aren't whatever. My numbers aren't that crazy. It's not like I'm gonna freeze frame and look at it. If you do whatever, you'll know what my phone bill is. But basically, I just put my bills, like what they are, how much. This is the number you just came up with, which is basically like the 6-month average for me on those bills. How much I actually paid that month, and what the difference is. And so I just do that. I do this. I figure doing it in 6-month packets is what I do. So this is actually my 3rd one. I've been doing this for 18 months now.
He's so cute. That's my favorite.
But at the end of it, you can go through and you can see, you really see like where your money's going. And sometimes you'll find something to be like, I don't even use that. Why am I paying for it? And you can cut stuff out. You can see what your averages are. So sometimes, stuff will change, new expenses will join, and you can get accurate numbers, which is what you want. You want to know when you get paid, you want to know how much it's going to cost you to live. And that way you can match up your paycheck to that or your paychecks to that. So that way, when your income matches that, you're good, and anything else, then that's a different discussion of what to do with the leftover income. But marking all this stuff out is really important, and it's not just knowing your bills, but it's knowing how much they should be and how much you are paying. Because, like, let's look at October for last month. So last month, I budget $250 a month for food, and that includes grocery store food and takeout food. Last month, I spent $417 on food. So I was over by $160. You obviously it was like we were going out and I was like, I'm not gonna make you pay for our first date and stuff. Like that would be insane. But also there was a conference in Vegas where there was a lot of, I didn't go to the Trader Joe's and eat in the hotel room. Like that was going out to restaurants. There were things like that where there were just more expenses. But you go to other months. I kind of suck at the food one. It's probably the worst example. Actually, it's the best example because my food budget, I was like $250 every friggin' month. July was $325. August was $363. September $332. So clearly somewhere around $350 is probably where my food budget. I'm probably under $100 on my food budget. $417 is extreme. That's very unusual. But I probably need $350 for food. And so when I redo this, I need to adjust that and change the way I budget. Yeah, and
for the record, I've tried to do budgeting in the past. I've used different apps like Mint and other spreadsheets and stuff. But what I really like about Tom is that even though we're all about digital media, he still keeps a hard planner, a paper planner, and he prints these out. And I feel for this is something when I wrote it out and calculated it, it actually.
There's something about seeing it in front of you. It's easy when it's done. When this packet is done, I can put it away. I don't really need to think about it again. I don't need it in an app taking up space. I don't need to have access to it immediately. Just put it away, and if I need to jump back and be like, what did I spend then? That's really important. So I guess my budget sheets, they have those things here. At the top, I just kind of made notes of the important things. So the top has what I expect my income to be that month. And that's my first check. Those are just sort of check boxes. Are these things being done? So that's my income versus my actual income. Yeah, I was mad about this. Let's look at this one instead. It's much better. So there's my expected income versus my actual income, because that's going to dictate everything else. Then I usually set up a savings goal this has been a crazy 6 months. So I'm literally $12,000 behind my savings goal at the moment from where I planned to be right now, because just life happened. But I always go at the end of the 6 months, where do I realistically want to be in my savings? Where am I? How much do I need every month for that? If I have any credit card stuff, I try very hard to make sure my credit card's paid off every month in full, because I don't want to pay the stupid tax, which is interest, although lots of times I pay the stupid tax.
Oh, I have a whole category on the stupid tax.
Okay. We can talk about that, because that's huge. So credit card, always monitor credit scores every month. I have stocks and investments and things, monitor those every month. And then maybe about 6 months ago, I opened up a second checking account that is literally, it's titled Fund. And usually I put anywhere between $50 to maybe $150 a month in there. And I usually keep the balance pretty low, but that is just 100% discretionary. I don't really like discretionary income because there's always a good use. I could always be putting more towards my mortgage or my car or something. But it's nice, whatever is in that account is there. It doesn't matter if we go into Best Buy and there's an SNES Classic on sale, I'm like, I want that right now. The money's in that Go. I don't have to think about it. It's not allocated for anything. It's not going to hurt anything if it's gone, really. And that's kind of important to give yourself, like...
I like that. See, I like that because, freedom. Like, just that example, because my mentality has been don't spend, when it comes to, like, it'd be nice to get this one fun thing that costs, like, $60. It'll literally be this, like, super anxious 2 hours of life or death decision making on whether I deserve it, if I can afford it, is this practical, can I find happiness in other ways, I don't really need it, this incredible journey that I'm on, like, literally I'll contemplate all of life and everything that I'm doing because I can't decide whether I want to, like, buy a beer or not. Like, it's that bad. So that's why
and you want to avoid that.
I don't want to do that anymore.
You want to get out of that and keep track of things. So this lets you manage things, but it also lets you set, monitor, and keep goals. That's what you want to do.
Okay, so on this discussion, I'm not going to go into my income. I'll probably do that in another vlog. What I want to do is, like, set up a budget.
Yeah.
So, how do I do this?
So we got to start somewhere. Obviously, like, mine are not in any real order, but the two at the very top are mortgage and car for me because those are my biggest expenses. And usually that's most people's. Their home and their transportation. So that's where you want to start. Those are the things you need the most.
Yeah.
So
how am I going to do this? Should I write this down? Well, I guess I'm
going to grab you a piece of paper.
Yeah, sure. Or you know what? Here.
Oh my gosh.
Are you okay?
I got a cramp. Oh, here's a piece of paper.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. Bum-ba-da-bum-bum-bum. Here we go. So, are we doing this monthly?
Well, let's figure out what your bills are and what you have to pay. Let's figure out how much you need to live every month.
Okay.
That's going to be our first step.
Life.
What do you need to survive?
Oh, here. You do it because you have nice writing.
Well, I mean, we'll retype this. I'm definitely going to need another pen. I use a flare pen over here.
Okay. Life.
Okay. Life.
Sorry, guys.
You can do an ASMR of, like, the pen writing.
Okay. So, first thing, rent.
Okay. Rent.
$750.
$750. Okay.
And what's the next thing?
Probably your car. Your car is
we're doing biggest expenses, right?
Is your car not your biggest expense every month?
It is.
Okay.
$410.
$410 for your car, for your badass car. So hopefully you enjoy every $410 of those dollars.
I do. It's so worth it.
And that's hard too because so many people, like, you could buy used cars, you can buy cheaper cars, and you can, but
I bought my car when I had my salary.
But it's also, I mean, you live in you drive a lot, or you used to you are now commuting a lot. For a while you were not driving at all, but I don't know. You live in Southern California, like, a car is a necessity. I keep my cars for like 8 or 9 years. I buy them brand new, but then I run them till they're still in, like, perfect condition when I get rid of them usually, but I don't get a new car every 2 years.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, so those are with you for a while. So car and rent.
Yeah.
We're good. What are we looking for?
I need here I need another color. Okay, what's the next one?
Then you just go from there. So you'd be like utilities at home.
Okay.
Hey, Bray, I don't know if they're all grouped or.
I wrote them. Nope.
Your electric bill is $15.
Okay, electric, 15.
Oh my god, dude, my July electric bill. No, where were we at? Sorry, because I think. Well, I mean, I live in the desert. I guess this year is not bad, and I have the cheap electric company too. My summer electric bill was $350.
Yeah, but I don't have AC. Is your AC electric?
My AC is electric, and I also had it retrofitted to be like super badass.
Yeah, I don't have AC.
So your electric is $15.
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Gas and trash.
Gas trash.
$15.
These are good numbers.
Internet. $25.
What?
Mm-hmm. Renter's insurance. $9.
This is killing me. This is so good. Wait. Internet was $25.
Yes.
Rent insurance. That's probably something your landlord requires.
No.
You have it on your own as a responsible person? Nice. So since that's $9, I'm not going to put $9 in your budget. We're going to round up to 10. Just always work in whole numbers. Well, 9 is all. Yeah, whatever. Round up to 10. Always round up, never round down.
Cell phone, $80.
Okay. That's pretty normal.
Health insurance, round up.
Yeah.
$260.
Okay.
Car insurance, $155.
$155.
Okay, now the rest.
These are like your.
Okay.
These are all necessities.
Yeah.
That's why we call it life. So on our little list here, it says life. It has all the necessities. Should we do another column that's like niceties? Or whatever you would call that.
No, let's just keep going.
Under life?
Yeah, under life.
Okay. What's next?
Wait, what do you mean under life?
Well, these are things you need to live.
No, this is business. Okay, so I have 2 gyms.
Yeah, I mean, like, a gym membership is a luxury.
I have 2.
Well, but
just put gym in one. Gym 1 and gym 2. So gym 1's $60.
Okay.
I have to cancel that, but...
That's the one in Long Beach, or is that one?
Yeah, I need to do a vlog with them, so I'm going to keep it until I do the vlog.
You wouldn't cancel if you were spending more time over there, like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gym 2, $10.
Serious?
Yeah.
Jeez. You find the deals. That should be your friggin' thing here.
Homie.
Wow.
I don't have a lot of money, okay?
This is some savvy frugality happening over here.
Savvy frugality. Okay. Health. This is doctor stuff and medication.
Okay.
$55. Gas. $135.
It's not bad.
Groceries, $135. I didn't do restaurant and food because that was just like there's too many to add up, so it's bad.
It's important though because that is somebody here. I think it was Adrian said food is the sneaky expense, and it really is.
I'll have to calculate that. I
literally
because that's the thing.
I
can eliminate that if I needed to. I've done it, but
it's just so good. We both love food, especially with me. But I eat at home most of the time. It's just we just had so much fun eating out at places.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's not your fault. It's like us wanting to do stuff together. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, babe. It's worth every dollar, okay?
Is it worth every buck?
Of course. Okay, so now there's gonna be a new category for business.
Okay.
Oh wait, I have a yearly expense for life.
Your gambling dues.
But this is a yearly, so we could divide by 12.
Your contacts?
Yeah, because I have to get an eye exam and buy contacts. And that's $280. Should I do that? Divide by 12?
Yeah, it's just divided by 12, just to make it easy.
Alexa, what's 280 divided by 12?
280 divided by 12 is 23.3333333333.
Is she gonna go on forever?
25.
Yeah, $25. Okay.
Okay. Now business.
Business
Category.
Okay. This will be interesting because not everyone has these expenses.
I got
these are very common expenses. These are very different.
Teachable.
What's that?
My online course platform.
You pay for the platform to distribute the course?
Yes.
Okay.
That's $99.
$100.
Sorry. Spotify, $10.
You count Spotify as business?
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely a freaking business expense, yo. iCloud, $3 or $5.
Yeah.
Okay. So the rest of these are yearly expenses.
Okay, what's that?
It's Hootsuite, Dashlane, Evernote, and Todoist. So I can add all this and divide by 12. Or do you want to write that?
What's smart? Okay, so let's talk about yearly expenses because those are yearly, but you probably don't pay them all at the same time.
Yeah, I wrote the months.
Okay, so June, April, March, October. So what that means is in June, you're going to need to make sure you have an extra $120 for Hootsuite. But you're not going to need that $120 anytime else. So what I do, like in my budget sheets, like this is November, so at the bottom, I didn't budget it out, but any of the special stuff, like I signed up for Artlist, which is a royalty-free music site. It's $200 a year. In August, I signed up for Artlist, so I made sure to add that here, so I know next year in August, I'm going to have to pay $200 to renew that if I want to.
Oh, wow. That's like next level-ish.
Well, you want my car insurance, I have AAA, so there's like 3 months of the year you don't pay car insurance. It's like a weird thing they do.
I forgot AAA. I have that too.
Oh, like the actual AAA?
Yeah.
And so car insurance, I just made a note in October that's always when it comes up. It's different every year, but that's when I'm going to have to kick back into paying my car insurance. So you want to make, for yearly expenses, you want to, when you have your like monthly sheets, you want to ding them there. So when those months roll around, you're aware that expense is happening.
Okay, yeah. But for right now.
Okay. If you just want to add them all up and divide.
Yeah, let me just do that.
Here. Just do math on the internet.
Okay. And just so you guys know, Hootsuite, that's my social media management platform. Dashlane is my password generator and manager. Evernote, I don't even know how to explain what Evernote is. It's like a digital file cabinet. And Todoist is my task management system. Hootsuite's $120 a year, Dashlane's $40 a year, Evernote's $50 a year, and Todoist is $30 a year. Did you get that?
Yeah, it's $240.
Perfect.
That's not bad. Wait, contacts are $280. Okay. Yearly expenses $240 total. So by monthly would be $20 a month. That's all you would need to do is set aside $20 extra every month, and you're gonna have your.
You can run a business.
Covered. That's not bad.
Okay, so that's all done. Now, ever since Uber became a thing, I have an Uber budget.
Smart.
$50.
Is that business or life?
That's business.
I mean, it's probably a little of both, but.
Yeah, but that's a business expense, yo. Okay, my interest on my credit card is $60 a month. I'm sorry.
Okay. How many credit cards do you have? We want to talk about credit?
I have 3.
Okay, that's not bad. Do you use all 3? Is there a balance on all 3?
I have one main one. The other one, I only use it when I travel abroad because it's Capital One. But now it also has Spotify on there. And then the other one is only connected to Uber and Postmates.
Okay, so you're using them strategically. You're not just signing up for club cards at every place and stuff. Yeah,
I only focus on the one mainly.
Yeah, that's the same exact thing I do.
Yeah. So I need to do something with that.
Yeah, because you can't. Basically, I mean, that just gets folded into paying down your credit card balance.
Yeah.
And so
do that.
Yeah, that's the way to get rid of the stupid tax.
Okay.
I'm not calling you stupid, by the way.
I know you're not calling me stupid, babe. I never thought that at all.
Okay.
Okay. And then, my other categories that I kept seeing a lot was coffee.
Yeah. Oh,
but I didn't calculate it because I just was like, that's a category I need to be aware of.
That would be like takeout food. I would put it in that same category.
Okay, so yeah, coffee and fun, which is usually food and drinks. That's a whole thing that I didn't even get into.
Yeah.
And then also like maintenance of myself, nails, hair, and my Brazilian.
I don't know what to even call this.
The thing is, I can't put that on a monthly because it's like it's whenever I feel like going.
Well, okay. Actually, so this comes out perfectly. This would be the kind of thing that you would put. This would be that stuff. You need it, but you don't need it. You like.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I know you're not like. I know, like. You. Yeah. Those are the things. Once the other bills are paid for, that's where that money goes. That extra money's left over.
Yeah.
So, this is the stuff you need to run your business and live your life. That's the most important stuff we need to focus on right now.
Okay, so
I don't track every expense. Like, oh my god, I bought a screen protector for my phone. I better put that in my budget. No, that just comes out of the money that's left.
Okay, yeah, and in looking at all the transactions I made in the past, like since July, it was seriously like, aside from coffee, food, restaurants, bars, it was also like stuff from Amazon, like hard drives every now and then.
God, I know.
Yeah, like just stuff like that. But other than that, there wasn't really anything else. So
let's add up this business right now. I'll add it up if you want to like.
Okay, so Tom.
Connect with people.
Yeah. Oh.
You can show.
Okay, so here it is. We wrote it together. This is it. Life expenses, business expenses. This is on a monthly, calculated monthly. Where did I get the numbers? I went through all my transactions since July, calculated an average for the past 4 months, and that's where I got these numbers. Also factored in yearly renewals, this is what I need in order to run my life and my business.
Okay, so for example, here's what I'm doing. Your business stuff I added up, $135, which is basically free if you're talking about a business. We're gonna round that up to $150 a month.
Okay.
And that includes putting money aside for those yearly expenses, those subscription services. So that's just gonna pad that. So you need $150 a month to maintain your business as where it's at now. Obviously, as it grows,
most is in here, bros.
As it grows, that could change. Okay, I'm gonna add all these up. It's gonna take me a second. I don't know if you want to like read a comment or.
Oh yeah, let me catch up with comments. Okay, let's see.
I'm so scared to do math with people watching. I don't want to mess it up.
It's fine. We just cut. I write all my bills out like this every month and trying to get my wife to do it. It helps out so much. I call mine revolving debt for house bills and credit card debt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because also, I mean, this is relevant here that money issues are usually like the number one cause of arguments and stress in relationships.
Oh, see, that's why we're having this right now. So
we don't
we don't have to do that. Optimus Jack, what's up, Optimus Jack? Yo, yo, yo. Oh, man. I met up with Optimus Jack in real life, and I was so drunk. My bad. It was Jermaine, Pete, and I went to Shannon's. I'd never come out of Shannon's sober. Anyway, D. Bronziel. This is helpful. It is. You guys should all do this right now with me. It's so much fun. Like, I've been dreading this since the day I became an entrepreneur. And I don't know what it is. It was like Sid's coaching and my awesome boyfriend and like just lots of good juju that I'm feeling. And I'm like, I'm actually going to look at my finances and figure this ish out.
Okay.
Adrian, power moves. Yeah. All right. How's it looking? I'm scared.
I don't know.
Because I've actually never calculated this number.
I don't want to increase your stress at all. So I actually don't know because we didn't talk about income yet. We're just talking about expenses.
I'm so scared.
So I don't know where we're at. So your business was great. Your business expenses were $135. We rounded up to $150 a month. Your living expenses significantly higher. Keeping in mind this doesn't include stuff like nails, hair, and other miscellanea.
And food and
it doesn't include food
fun,
and drinks.
Just like fun.
Yeah. So that's going to be a variable, crazy potential money suck. It came out to $2,140. So I rounded it up to $2,200. Combining the two together, rounding up, is $2,400 a month to sustain where you're at right now.
Okay, not bad.
$2,400.
I feel okay with that because I make that much. Thank God.
There's some slight cushion in there. So that's breaking even, sustaining.
Wait, okay, so $2,400 monthly.
Yeah, that will.
Yeah, but that's not including like probably like $300 on everything else. Like, let's add $300 in there.
I mean, you could honestly. You're talking about adding $300, and then there's other expenses. If it were me doing this, I would round that up to $3,000. Just put in an extra $600, which is a ton of money. But realistically, we're talking about food and drinks. We're talking about personal hygiene things. We're talking about unexpected expenses that might pop up.
Okay, so $3,000 a month.
I mean, that's...
I'm not making $3,000 a month.
So...
Sorry, babe. I'm working on it.
I'm not here to judge. Not my job. Believe it or not, I love you for you.
Oh, he's the best. I love you. All right. Yeah. We'll make it. I'm almost there.
So $3,000. So, but keep in mind though, this $3,000 probably seems intimidating, but this includes luxury items. This also includes unexpected expenses that pop up. So this is not only covering your expenses, this is reducing unexpected stress.
Yes.
So now you're getting into like padding and cushioning.
Yeah, so I need $2,400 a month to live.
To maintain what you're doing right now.
Yeah, to be alive.
Check this out. This is the worst part.
It's probably $2,500 because there's expenses in there that I'm forgetting probably. So
well, if we say $2,500, that means every day when you wake up in the morning, you've just cost yourself $84 because you woke up in the morning. I can do mine though.
That's how he thinks. That's my babe.
That was a high school civics teacher that did that one. So for me, every time I wake up in the morning, I just cost myself $105 to be alive.
You're expensive.
I'm an expensive guy.
Yes, you are. Mwah. That's my babe.
So there you go. So we need to get you $3,000 a month.
I'm almost there. I got this.
And this doesn't include towards like, and then that's when we start talking and paying down credit. This didn't include credit cards, so maybe some of that $3,000 would go towards credit card payments.
Oh, totally. I need to pay that off like ASAP.
Yeah. And then this doesn't include like savings goals going towards. I mean, and honestly, the best thing to do with savings is to just set up automated transactions.
See, you know what I need to do? Because that's what I have. But really what I should do is everything in my savings isn't that much. I should just pay off my credit card because I'm...
Yes. That's why my savings goal is low because, well, I did some self-healing this summer and booked a bunch of trips for next summer and I was like, screw it. Like, I need to take care of me. But then, yeah, if you're like... It feels good to have more money in your savings, but it's going to cost you less money to take that, pay off your credit card, put the money you would be paying towards your credit card back in the savings and not pay interest.
Right?
But
okay, so I'm going to do that.
There's a balance, though, because if you drain your savings and then something crazy happens, you know, then you just...
There's not that much in there.
But then you just throw your money back on the credit card and then you have no savings and a credit card balance.
It's okay. Now that I'm doing this, I got this.
Okay. So yeah, and then so you want to come up with a savings goal. And what I recommend for the automated transaction, it's super cool. What I actually really like to do is dump as much as I can into my savings every month and then just pull as I need for my expenses. So my checking account balance is usually relatively low, which is also good because checking...
So is mine, but that's just because I have low.
But checking accounts also usually are the first to get, like, they do get hacked and fraud pops up and... If you have a lower balance,
he's so prepared.
You're not dealing with it. It's only because it's happened. Yeah, because those are the numbers get whatever fished on like gas station machines and stuff like that. So if you dump it all into a savings, like I have a savings debit card, but I would never use it, or credit card, like ATM, whatever it is. I don't even know. It's I don't use it. My savings account is just there.
Okay.
Anyway, so you can do all that, or you just set up an easy transaction. If you set up $10 a week, $15 a week, you will not notice that going out of your checking account. You won't notice it at all. And at the end of the month, you're like, there's $50 more in my savings I didn't have. Like, it's so easy to just accidentally throw money in your savings.
Mm-hmm.
And I think some banks even, they used to, I don't know if they still do, like Bank of America would do a thing where when you do a transaction with your debit card.
Oh, I have that. Keep the change.
They put the change in your savings.
Yeah. Oh, it totally is. Yeah. It works.
Yeah. So if you buy something that's $2.80,
The 20 cents.
The 20 cents instead of staying in your account gets taken out and put in your savings. So your checking account would then have all whole numbers in it, and your savings would just be whatever. But I mean, how many dollars per day would the average person?
Yeah, it helps.
Yeah, you could end up easily with $60 to $100 a month by accident doing that.
Okay, really quick. Tamara says, me and my hubby have decided to throw the kitchen sink at our car notes in the next year. So yeah, we will be doing this budgeting goodness shortly as well. Yep, Tom is right. Having a savings, no matter how small, keeps you from using that debt to cover stuff.
Yeah, you don't want to rob Peter to pay Paul. There is no such thing as good debt. That's the big thing to understand. There's sometimes necessary debt, but there's no such thing as good debt.
I find that when my savings is there, I forget I even have my credit card. But when it gets low, all of a sudden the credit cards are burning in my purse.
Sometimes I take my credit card and I lock it in a safe, so I don't have it with me. I have it on Apple Pay, so if I'm in... Because my credit card I like for emergencies. I like knowing I have, that safety net. But sometimes,
I get points, so...
I do too, but it's just... It's hard to use a credit card and to not see the balance be taken away from your actual bank account. That's why I prefer a debit card. If I'm going to spend $50 on something, it's like paying cash.
Because on my account, that's funny because I look at my credit card more because that's where all the activity is.
Oh, no, we were at the Apple store the other day because I had to get a new phone, which is the first time in 3 years I've gotten it. It was very much time for a new phone. But I don't want to pay a carrier. I don't want to do anything, so I just bought the phone outright. But I knew for a year I was going to need a new phone this year, and so I had been saving for a new phone. But I remember though, we went to the Apple store and the guy was like, would you like to pay with your watch? And I was like, yeah, I would. It's 2017. And he was like, okay, boop. And I was like, you just took $1,000 away from me,
from using your watch.
Yeah, and it was literally that fast. And I was like, okay, awesome. Also terrifying because there's a big difference when I open my wallet and I go,
there's psychological stuff happening for sure.
Yeah, that it needs to be a little painful. So use debit card, check balance, it's immediately lower. Use credit card, check balance. Hey, I still got that money in there, but you don't because it's now on your credit card.
Yeah, see, I don't think that way.
And that's that most people don't, and it's hard to have money and realize you don't have money.
Yeah, it's bad.
And that's the big thing here. So here we go. If your monthly expenses are $3,000 and you get a paycheck for $3,100, how much money do you have?
$100,
you have
babe.
$100. You do not have $3,100.
Yes, I have 100.
And that sounds simple, but that's the biggest hurdle that people don't get over when they want to budget. And it really affects younger people. Millennials of our generation, we're just we're never really taught this stuff.
I know. It's annoying.
Younger people it's not super relevant yet when you're just, you're just I have no money ever, so why am I going to budget anything? I feel like older people tend to have more of a handle on their stuff because they've been through these situations and go yeah, this is why it's important.
I need to stop and evaluate.
Yeah, and you don't want to, it's cool to be on the struggle bus when you're young and making it, but you don't want to be 50 and how am I gonna pay for basic necessity? You just want to be set.
Yeah.
You always gotta use present now to help future you.
Let me show you guys again. Life, rent, car, electric, gas, trash, internet, rent insurance, phone, health insurance, car insurance, my gym memberships. I know. I'll figure that out.
It's still $70 a month in the gym. That's
doctor's appointments and medications, gas, groceries, my contacts, food and drink is blank.
Question mark.
Yeah. And then business are mostly my subscriptions, Teachable, Spotify, iCloud.
Those are your yearly expenses.
Yeah, Hootsuite, Todoist, Evernote, stuff like that. Uber.
Credit card.
And that's a credit card. So, bam, $2,400 to just exist, shooting for $3,000.
To be more practical about it.
$3,000 a month.
To eliminate anxiety and cover your bills.
Yeah, so income's going to be another thing. We're going to go over that later. Not today, because we're going on an hour. But let me finish the...
It's not about the income, it's about the outcome. Oh!
Adrian Millsap, what do you think of Acorns and Clarity money apps?
I think whatever works for you is good. Personally, apps don't work for me. I've tried Mint, and it just annoys me now. And this works for me. But that's me. Anything that works. Straight up.
Tamara, I'm thinking of opening a Discover checking account just for that. They pay 10 cents a transaction.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Tamara, I used Acorns for over a year. I liked it, but automated saving apps are cool if you're okay with not truly knowing what is in your account at any given time. Yeah. I've also used Qapital, although Acorns is much faster than Qapital is as far as transferring money and withdrawals and deposits.
Sometimes the delay is a good thing that protects you from yourself.
Tamara, your monthly baseline is right around mine as well. Like, absolutely everything I need is around the 3K mark right now. Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty normal. The things you have here, I think, are things pretty much everyone has. The costs are pretty... Your rent is actually quite low because you're splitting it. But... And your car is probably a little higher. Maybe it's average.
My car is really $380, but...
Yeah, good, round up. So, I mean, this is probably a very relatable number for a lot of people.
All right, guys, let's do this together.
We didn't talk about income. We didn't talk about investing.
Oh, homie.
We didn't talk about any of that stuff. So
we
that's
got
all
time.
Future times.
Stay tuned, because...
Do you know what I asked for my 18th birthday?
Oh, my God.
And this was because of my high school civics teacher. I had very few good teachers, but the ones I had that were good were great. On my 18th birthday, I asked for an IRA account.
Oh, actually, this is what I was going to do. I can ask you this. Short, quick answer. I have a 401k.
Okay.
I want to, like, cash it out.
Oh, I don't know anything about that.
I think I'm going to cash it out. I'm pretty sure people are going to be like, oh, don't do that. But the thing is, I don't have a full-time job. So that money's just sitting there and nothing else is going towards it. It's not even a lot of money. And I know I'm going to have to pay half of it in taxes, which kind of is that's the issue, because there goes a lot of money that just disappears into thin air. But I'd really like to have that money, and if I had that money, I would be feeling real good about all of this situation, and credit card would be gone.
Or you pull out the money from the 401k and put it into like an IRA account or a money market account or something like that, and put it into a more viable investment account where it's doing what it's doing now, but it's doing more of it, but you're going to lose half of it. So it's like, it'll take you a while to get back to where you...
Yeah, that's literally going to be like $6,000 gone. It's at like $14,000 right now.
It's always so brutal. Damn taxes.
Yeah. I know. My mom has to spend $1 million in taxes. She wrote a $1 million check. Oh. What is that? Oh. Okay, so, did we...
We should have... Oh, never mind. This is not the financial advice hour. This is just...
Okay. We just cut. I'm interested in knowing how much more your monthly debt is with credit cards, because that's what kills me.
It's probably the most relatable one for a lot of people.
How much money do I have on my credit card?
Yeah.
How much money do I have on my credit card?
Let me see.
I can pull that up right now.
I'll show this right now. I have two... You want to know a really great thing? My goal, my whole life of credit, has been to get a credit score over 800.
Oh my God.
Because it sounds unreal. This month, I was at 799.
Wow,
right
babe.
But I started...
That's kind of hot.
But you're right, a credit score. But I couldn't even get a credit card when I started. I had to get a little secured card for like $200 and like build credit. So that's like a big accomplishment.
You're not going to judge me, right?
I'll pull up my stuff, and because I have 2 credit cards. One I never use. It's a Citibank card, and they just suck because they have no rewards and high interest rate, and so I never use that card. It's just an emergency card.
Ooh, it's so bad right now.
Dude, you don't even know the bill I just paid. And then I have one other card, a Capital One card that is my credit card that I try to pay off every month. Sometimes I fail miserably. Let's see though where we're at. Okay, so what is this?
It's bad. I'm gonna just round up.
So this is... Oh.
It's so bad. I'm scared to say this. I don't know how it's so high. It's usually not this high.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, you say yours first because I feel bad.
Wait, I lost. They're sending me an access code. Oh, I got dyslexic and ruined it. Because I haven't signed in on my new phone yet. There we go. Touch ID. I would like to use Touch ID. Thank you.
Who do you bank with?
I have Union Bank, which is the bank I worked at. But it was literally when I decided I needed a checking account when I was like 17. It was like the bank that was in the grocery store I was at. And then I ended up working for them. I've been there for like 15 years. Oh, good. I'm at a good place now. But it's because I made a massive payment. So who goes first?
You go first.
Okay. This included my phone, so it was higher than normal. The credit card bill I just paid off 2 days ago, which is why my savings is very low, is $2,800. Currently, my balance is $300 because I have my gym, a dog's pet insurance, Apple Care for my phone, and Spotify.
Don't judge.
Okay. Are you in 5 digits?
No.
Okay.
It's 4,000.
Okay. I've been there.
It's 4,000, just so everyone can hear me.
4,000 is anxiety inducing for sure, but it's not an unmanageable. When it gets into close to 5 digits, I think that's where
Dude, that's so bad. I would never go over 5. I will never go over 5. 4, this is like the highest I've ever been, which is crazy. And I it's because of us, man. Like I know, man. I'm not saying it's just.
You know I'm okay playing Nintendo and not doing anything, right?
I know.
We don't have to do anything.
I know. I'm not blaming you. I know this is a mutual decision. Okay, so there you go, guys. If you wanted to know. Adrian, thanks. Onward and upward. Anonymous asks, let's talk money. Tamara, the penalty will hurt. Yes.
Everyone's
D, roll it over into a Roth IRA. Yes, roll it over into a Roth. I don't know what a Roth is. I should probably talk to someone about that.
It's an IRA. It's a type of IRA account.
Tamara, I have my 401k, but I only contribute up to the match my job gives. Yeah, which is what I was doing.
But you have no job contributing.
But now I don't have a job, so it's just, yeah. The rest I put into the Roth IRA, and when I leave my job, I will roll it over into the Roth. Or a SEPA, retirement account.
I wonder if you could roll your 401k into a Roth without losing any of the money.
Me too. I should talk to somebody about that. Tamara, yep, same here. My first bank account was 5-3 because it was in the program.
Yeah.
We just cut. I wish that was my debt. 28,000 credit card debt because I was stupid with credit. See, that's nuts. Like I don't understand people who have like insane amounts of debt, like 5 digits. It's like how do you not like?
Because it probably, I'm guessing, happened when you're younger and you just get credit cards everywhere and it's super easy, and then they increase your balance.
See, like for some reason my credit line never went up.
I ask for mine to go up all the time just because I feel nice knowing it's there. I would never use more than it also makes your credit score go up if you have that, but you don't use the smaller percentage you're using. I just like knowing though, like literally if something.
My credit score is still really good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, your debt doesn't necessarily negatively affect your credit score.
Yeah, but just for the record. It's still good.
That's what We Just Cut said. Very nuts. I was young and dumb. And that's where credit card companies go. And when I was 21 and I wanted to build my credit score and get a credit card, I was like, this is going to be so easy. No one would give me a credit card. And I was like, why not? And so I had to do a secured card through some little bank in Nebraska where literally a secured card is where your limit is however much money you give to the bank. So you put a deposit down. So I put like $200 down. And they gave me a credit card with a $200 limit. And then you pay that off. You have to keep doing that for like a year, pay that off. And then they trust you to give you like
a real
$1,000 unsecured credit card. But that's how I get started.
Yeah. I think my first credit limit was like 500.
Yeah.
No,
but I mean, that's
750.
But it's much better. Like,
I think my Capital One card is still at 750.
Yeah, but I mean, when you're 21 or something and you get a limit that's $10,000, like that's so dangerous.
Yeah.
You don't understand those numbers.
Yeah.
And how long it takes to pay them off.
D says Navy Federal Credit Union is awesome for credit cards. Auto loans, actually everything.
Yeah, credit unions can be so helpful.
Yeah, my car is through credit union, actually. I moved it over to a credit union.
Yeah.
And they refinanced it, and it was
And they especially when you're buying a car, they'll do a lot of the dirty work.
Yeah, I did it the first month I bought my car. I was like, Thanks, dealership. I'm going over here.
And D said they gave $17,500 after 2 years of a secured card. Yeah, so the secured card is a way to build your credit. Literally, if you just have no credit, even though you might be responsible.
Okay, so let's wrap this up because it's already been an hour and 10 minutes.
Okay.
First of all, I feel great. I feel really good about knowing what the numbers are and seeing it like this and like having to actually add and make averages and just like knowing where all the money's going. This is definitely step one. You know, there's other things I need to do, but I feel good.
Good.
And I feel what's great is that like I feel like this number is not unreachable.
Yeah, and no, not at all.
Yeah.
No, not at all. And hopefully that's the first step towards gaining the control, reducing the anxiety, gaining the time.
See, now that I know this, like now I can see what Sid was saying, where it's like now when opportunities come that are like purely financial, it'll be easier for me to make the decision if it's like, yeah, this client that you might not want to do, but they're paying you $500, so just do it to meet that number. Like it would be easier for me to make that decision rather than just like, oh, I hate this. Like, what am I doing?
Well, and vice versa. Once that number's checked, I mean, then you could...
Then I'd cut it off. And like, yeah.
Not that you can't just roll it over the next month. But I mean, but you could get to a point where you would know, like, you know what, I need to take 3 days off or I need to turn down this job.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I should.
Yeah. So, yeah. What do you think?
I think it's great. I waited way too long to start doing this.
I'm older than you.
By several months. Wow, you have crazy calf muscles. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
That's very impressive. Jeez. Now I'm very distracted. But anyway, yeah, I waited way too long to do this and ease that anxiety. And so
Okay, and I'm sorry, cut you off.
That doesn't matter.
On a relationship level, I love how we had this conversation. Isn't that cute?
It is cute.
Boobs look good on this stream right there.
Wow. Mic's on.
Sorry. Yeah, but no, how do you feel?
I feel good.
Like, as a business partner.
Oh, I love anytime people are proactive, which is one of my favorite things about you because you're immensely proactive. And I love proactivity. I hate reactivity. And so anytime someone does anything that's proactive to make their life better, to be more effective, to work towards a goal, I am psyched about it.
Cool. Awesome. I'm excited to show this to Sid that I did homework.
We can make it pretty in a spreadsheet too.
Yay. I'm excited. Okay, guys. Well, I hope
we can make you a packet.
Yeah. I would love to have a packet. Nerdy financial packet.
Yeah.
Anyway, so thanks for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I see you guys still continuing the conversation in the comments. Feel free to leave comments if you watch the replay. Also, go check out Tom's channel. Link in the description below. It's just the Enthusiasm Project if you want to search it on YouTube. He's my favorite channel. I know I'm biased, but even before we were a thing, he's still my favorite channel. And then also, a lot of this was inspired by my business coach and mentor, Sid. So if you want to check him out, I left his email in the description underneath this video. So, okay, let me just like catch up in the comments and then we'll sign off. Let's see. Navy Federal is everything. They've been very awesome. Tamara, who else do you have for credit unions? Adrian, hope you guys go live again and I don't miss it. Good hanging and #adulting. Adrian, I go live for Heather's Happy Hour every Wednesday at 6 p.m. But today we went to dinner first, so we streamed at 7. But we're shooting for 6. Let's see. Tamara, they're all local. I live in Texas. There are credit unions galore here. D, okay, cool beans. Tamara, oh, well, I also have an online credit union account. State Department Federal Credit Union. Thanks, guys. Have a good night. Great stream, guys. Peace. All right. Bye, guys.